The Evergreen Media Network Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
This is Martha Matters. From real estate, healthcare, current events, taxes, or just about any topic, we're talking about it. Call us with any questions on just about any subject. Now, here she is, Martha!
Well, hi there and welcome everyone. We're going to finish up what we started discussing over 2 weeks ago, and that is how to get started in stock investing. And let me tell you, there are plenty of ways in. I'll just repeat one option from a couple of weeks ago, and that is Vanguard has a no-load mutual fund called the S&P 500, Standard & Poor 500. And 100% of what you invest, I think it's a $200 minimum, and you can add to it any time, as many days as you want, and as many weeks as you want, add to it, and there are no fees involved, no loading fees. And that's a great way to get started. Now, for those of you that have one or two mutual funds or want to preserve the individual stock option, we have several that are excellent. One that is really beaten down, that is supposed to do very well the next 2 quarters, is Ford Motors. It's $12, and I think it's 75 cents a share, which is very inexpensive. You can buy 5 shares for way less than $100 and get going on some of that. And the reason it's so low is it was one of the first to build and have thousands of electric vehicles in their showrooms and dealerships. Well, that did not go over too big. Number one, they have not been across the country building charging stations by leaps and bounds because people are not buying the EV cars right now. They got to be perfected a little more, and also the expense for repairs and even changing fuels and oils and lubes is ridiculously expensive, over $1,000. And things have just got to get a little more realistic and competitive. And so people, by the leaps and bounds, are returning to the ICE vehicles. ICE, internal combustion engines, which is what we've had right along. And Ford is building them like crazy, and the next 2-3 quarters ought to go up by leaps and bounds. This is the time to get in on Ford. Now, there are many others. Some of them are very expensive. And the only reason I have a few of them is because I bought them like 10 years ago before they went up so much in price. But there are plenty of other stocks out there that you can get involved in. One of them is an energy company called Coterra, Cottera. And those are very reasonably priced right now. They're at $28 a share. And again, for just about over $100, slightly over $100, you could buy like 5 shares, and that is going up like crazy. The reason gas is getting more expensive now, coming over here today, I noticed gas is in the 350s, 357, 352, but that's way up from what it was 6 months ago. And that's because they are starting to do more drilling in the United States. It's about time. So this is a very good place to get started at. Coterra is what it's called. At the end of the show, I'll give you the abbreviations of each stock that I mentioned, and that will help you look them up. Also, there are a number of others. I know for the long term, they're okay. Right now, they're having a little trouble, which is why their stock is down. You have ones like Starbucks. A very good one is Constellation Brands. I think that there are 2 or 3 other Constellation companies, so you've got to be careful. Constellation Brands. They are the ones that own Modera Wines, and they also are right now in the middle of coming out with 4 or 5 different flavors of non-alcohol drinks, including beers, non-alcoholic beers, and they are taking off like wildfire. Mm-hmm. So it is time to get into a stock like that.
Is the Constellation Brands Martha Modera, is it, I'm going to say Modelo beer?
Modelo.
That's what it is, Modelo beer. That's really a popular beer right now.
Yeah, all the Mexican brands. And, yeah. And that's for regular beer, but what's really taking off with the younger generation, the millenniums, boy, they're all buying this non-alcoholic beer. And I don't want to get into it, but what people do need to understand about alcohol, it's very good having a glass of wine at the end of the day for many people or something like that. But all the alcoholic drinks that are much heavier, whether it's bourbon, gin, scotch, remember, even if you were watching the Wild West years ago, Gunsmoke and all of them, they used alcoholic beverages to purify wounds and get rid of bacteria. Well, that same alcohol does that today. If you eat vitamins or take vitamins in the evening and good vegetables and fruit for dessert, a lot of the vitamins that you think you're taking are being killed by the alcohol if you're drinking it at the same time. So you can control that. Eat your fruits and vegetables in the morning and at noontime to give you energy. And when you have a drink at night, if anything, probably have some, what I would recommend is sugar or carbohydrates related to that to help soak some of the alcohol up. But that's another topic. I got off track a little bit. There are many, many other products that you can really get in on now. ExxonMobil is not bad. Right now it's about $119 a share, which is starting to get heavy, but that's a lot lower than it was. Mm-hmm. It used to be as high as 195, and I think even went over 200 about a year ago or so. So this is still a very good time if you have $500, let's say, to put in to get started. Buy 4 or 5 shares. It's only going up for quite some time. And it's going to go up, if even more, if we have to sell a lot of it to Europe because Russia's having trouble with their energy production. So the future looks very bright if you can if you can afford that. There are some other stocks in order for diversification. You have Wynn Resorts. At first, they came down a little bit because they were building resorts in China, and China is having a lot of trouble right now financially among their population. So the first thing you eliminate is, of course, vacations. But in the United States, in Europe, in the Caribbean, the Wynn Resorts is growing like mad. And so it got over the China disappointment. It pulled out a lot of locations in China, and it's spending its money in Europe, the Caribbean countries, and as you all know, unless there's a World War III or something unpredictable or catastrophic like that, people are vacationing more than ever, even right now as I speak. So that's a good company to get into. There are others, many, many others. Let's see, there's some of the food and medical ones are not overwhelmingly expensive. Like the medical ones, you have research. I would stay away from Johnson & Johnson because they're going to be very good down the road, but not now. Right now, they're still getting sued for their talcum powder causing cancer. And if you know all the baby powders that you want to buy right now at the drugstore, there's no more talcum powder. They're all starch, if you read the label carefully. That's because all these other companies do not want to be sued for cancer. So you'll see talcum being eliminated, and you'll seeing, even with Johnson & Johnson, the new baby powders that you continue using for diaper changing and everything else, they are all starch, not talcum. So Johnson & Johnson is going to be going up, but because they still have these lawsuits, I don't recommend buying it until like about the fall or third quarter after September. They should be well done with these old lawsuits. And Johnson & Johnson is a great company, very well run, and their Band-Aids and all these other products that they come out with are doing better than ever. They're being sold internationally. It's a good company to buy. But if you want to make money right away, the next 2 or 3 months for it to go up substantially, it probably won't before September. It's got to get this dirty work cleaned out. There are a number of other ones that are also very good. In pharmaceutical companies, they're way too expensive right now. That Eli Lilly that I recommended, that's only if you have like a couple of thousand to invest right away. I do recommend Eli Lilly, but I don't recommend it as the only stock to have. That makes it risky. If you want to really get involved with diversification, I strongly recommend some of these other less expensive stocks that are going to be increasing at a faster rate.
I remember, Martha, the show that we did a couple of weeks ago when you were talking about, if you want to get in the stock market and make the money and stuff like that. So some of these ones that you're mentioning are good ones to have to hold on for quite a while, but they're not going to be as much of a moneymaker as ones that you can buy now that you said Ford that's supposed to go up in just
substantially.
In a couple of quarters or whatever. But those other ones are good ones to have and hold for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not volatile stocks. They're gonna stay pretty even.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. In terms of bank stocks, I recommend Wells Fargo. That's in, I believe it was 58 a couple days ago. It may be as low as 52 right now. I'm not sure, but it is in the 50s. And it has excellent recommendations, very well organized and running. So if you want to get in a bank stock, that's good. Bank of America is a lot cheaper, but it is not well organized. It's down to $57 a share. No, $37 a share. And 5 or 6 years ago, it was $39 a share. So it's going nowhere because they're cleaning out a lot. So don't buy it just because it's cheaper right now. They have to come off with some changes in their policy, and changes in the fees that they charge, and things like that. So stay away right now from Bank of America, even though it's inexpensive. If you buy several shares, it may go nowhere for a year or more. You don't want that. You want to make money now. So with that said, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. I want to introduce you to our main sponsor, Highland Plaza, located on US 1 on the east side of the Highland Drive traffic light. We even have our own left-hand turn lane. One of the places in there, the first one on the north side, is Easy Stop, and you will be surprised what competitive and beautiful prices they have. You should give it a shot. Also, Tony's Hairstyling Salon is ideal for the entire family at all ages. He and his wife have run a salon there for years with a huge following. Also, we want to tell you about La Taberna Restaurant. It has the freshest Mexican food in town and a well-experienced chef. You will be most surprised not only by the food, but the reasonable prices. Also, I want to tell you about the nail salon. It's Luxury Nails. Let me tell you, they do everything, both for walk-in clients and appointments. Appointments are really appreciated, but they treat all clients professionally. Now, I want to repeat to you, this is located on US 1, just east of Highland Drive at the traffic light. It's a beautiful yellow building with a maroon awning. We look forward to seeing you there. Come on over.
Enjoy Riverside Theater's Comedy Zone, where the comedy is wild, untamed, and downright hilarious. Come out this Friday and Saturday night at 6 and 8 p.m. for the Treasure Coast's best live stand-up comedy show, featuring nationally recognized comedians with cabaret-style seating and food and drink table service. Warning, you may laugh until it hurts. Kickstart your evening with live entertainment, food, and drinks at Live in the Loop. Buy tickets at riversidetheater.com and get ready for a night of non-stop laughs.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs, all in the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Riverside, Universal, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of Berlin Gardens and Pollywood. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a spring sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza Vero Beach. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street, filled with lots of name brand closeouts and sale items. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture.
Big news, Treasure Coast. Your favorite mortgage team just got even better. Introducing the same trusted faces you know and love, now with Union Home Mortgage.
Hi, this is Shannon Pohl. Hi, this is Lucy Cranker.
And these high-producing team members bring decades of experience, unwavering honesty, and hearts of gold to every home loan. And here's the best part. Same local processing, underwriting, and appraisers you rely on. Contact Union Home Mortgage.
Visit us online at shannonCpohl.com and lucycranker.com.
Hi there, and welcome back, everybody. There was one other major stock that I really want to emphasize, and that's Coca-Cola, that's been around for years, to give you a little variety. It's right now at $62 a share. Daily, it may go up or down a little bit, and I'll tell you why. A lot of the Mideast countries love Coca-Cola. Whether it has nothing to do with whether they're related to Iran or Saudi Arabia or Jordan or any of the others. Every single one of them loves Coca-Cola. So that is set to go up substantially too. And they suffered the same thing that Wynn Resorts did, setting up too many plants in China. And China, they are lowering some of the plants they have. In fact, they've even closed a couple of them. So now Coca-Cola is all set to go up because the world wants Coca-Cola. All of South America, all of Europe, all of the Mideast now. So that is something you can buy and you don't need to worry about selling it tomorrow or something like that. It's a very good steady Eddie, as they used to say. Also, I can't emphasize enough, if you have a month or two when things are tight, you may have quarterly insurance fees to pay or health insurance premiums or anything along that line. All of a sudden, you need to pay those bills, and by all means do. But please, even if only $25, $50, still put a little bit in that Standard & Poor 500 fund, because you will be surprised when you least expect it, take your mind off of it, and lo and behold, in a few years, you will have a lot of money, the way it compounds itself, and any little bit you add, it's amazing what happens. Absolutely amazing. I'm speaking to all the younger people under 50, 65, yes, because you have many years left. But the way things are going in the United States, those over 65 have many years left compared to the rest of the globe. So it's never too late to invest, and on that I want to make it very clear. Get started now, not tomorrow. Get started now. You'll be surprised what a difference it makes.
Martha, just real quick, tell the Constellation Brands logo and also Ford Motor. You said you're going to do that by the end of the show.
Oh, yes.
Got a couple of seconds
Ford
left.
Motor is real easy. It's F FR. And also, you wanted Constellation brands?
Yeah, do Constellation, and then we got a second left.
That one I don't have with me. I do have Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is K0. And Wells Fargo is WFC. And Wynn Resorts is like it sounds, WYNN, and the number 2. So I will look up Constellation brands, but have a great week, folks. And I'll